He's got 4 in 13 minutes. Battier finds Yao, but they double the ball. Over the center. Loose ball is on the Houston Rockets.
And we have Ron Artest. Kobe Bryant is going to be very careful, but he did not get a technical. He said that he's going to go over here. He's talking to Kobe.
Wow, here we go.
Uh-oh.
He went right over Bryant. Then Ron Artest.
Remember now, the last time they did this, Kobe scored 18 points about the last 4.5 minutes of the game. Ron Artest has gotten very, very upset. I think they have thrown Ron Artest out of the game. Ron Artest said Kobe hit him in his throat. Wow, this series is getting chippy to say the least. Artest now out of the game. He's got to make sure he leaves and goes to the locker room in a timely fashion so he does not get anything added to this penalty.
Well, let's go back to March 11th. Kobe Bryant scored 37 points in a Laker win in Houston. 18 of Bryant's points came in the final 4:13 of the game despite some physical play from Ron Artest. Both were SSTs in the fourth quarter after they began jawing at each other. So there is history.
So what happens here? Let's see underneath the basket. Oh, it looked like Kobe got him with the right elbow up underneath his throat. That's what made Ron Artest so unhappy. Now he goes over and says something to Kobe. Kobe says, get out of here. And Joey Crawford getting in there quickly. Very smart to do.
Landry for Artest. Kobe is 4 of 5 at the free throw line tonight. 33rd. Craig, what have you found out?
Well, all this is happening in front of Stu Jackson, the Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations for the...
So what happens here? Let's see.
We've had 5 technicals, we've had 2 ejections, and this is only game 2.
Yes, we had. There's finish. That's after Scola had gotten into it with Luke Walton down and went into the floor. There have been 3 technicals actually on the possession before. Here's Kobe Bryant. Goes that right elbow into the throat of Ron Artest, and this sets him off. He goes over and says something to Kobe. With the elbow up in my throat.
I'd like to hear what Ron Artest has to say after the game. And a short time ago, he talked to Craig Sager.
You think you should have been ejected?
No, I knew I was going to get a technical foul. You know, the point was to really, hopefully, let the refs know I'm pissed. I'm getting tired of this guy, you know, elbowing me. I think through my whole career playing this court, I don't think I ever elbowed him. One time he came down and we got in a tussle, but I don't think I ever threw an elbow in his face. You know, sometimes he played well against me, sometimes he didn't, but it was fair and square. But I know I went over there, no punches, no shoves to the face, just confrontation, and I backed off. So that's a technical foul, I would think. In ejection, I didn't go there with intentions to get ejected. I went there with the intentions of, you know, just telling Kobe, you got to relax. You're hitting the wrong person. Don't you know you hit Ron Artest?
Does that indicate because he hit you that maybe you'll retaliate in game 3? This is just the beginning?
I'm not retaliating. I didn't retaliate then. I didn't do nothing to get ejected. A technical foul, yes. I'm not retaliating. I did that already. I done did that stuff when I was in high school, back in my neighborhoods. I did it when I was early in the NBA. I'm done with that.
Is this series going to get more physical?
We're physical. We've been physical. It's gonna stay. We're giving our best. So we're going to continue to give our best. You know, so I think we've been physical. You know, I'm naturally physical. You know, so how much more physical can it get?
What do you think?
Ron Artest gets great sound.
But his answer was fantastic. You know, he just wanted to let you know, hey man, you can't be elbowing me. We can play out here, we can compete, we can be physical, but you crossed the line. Like you said, I told him I backed off, but at that point they were going to toss him.
Yeah, you know what? I will say this. That's one of the best answers I've heard from a guy who got ejected from a game under the circumstances. You know, because the circumstances, I think in this instance, he was 100% right in terms of he got hit and got a foul, and then the referees didn't really step in. But,
you know, and I'm going to tell you something. Somebody said it was interesting. And I told there's certain guys in the league you want to mess with. He's not one of them. He's not first on the list. He like down at 25.
So Stu Jackson is going to have a busy night in front of the VCR, or the DVD player, because he's got to look at what happened in that game. He's got to look at what happened earlier tonight in the Boston game with for Alston. So we wait tomorrow to see exactly what the fallout will be.
Well, about time Stu did something.